All right, folks, I'm starting off nice and ASMR-y because the last podcast we released, I just randomly decided to re-listen to it, and I gave myself a jump scare when I said, hello, and welcome back to the React to the K weekly podcast, a podcast in which we give our honest thoughts and opinions on an album each week. We are in need of an intro song. We'll eventually get to that, so it can, help ease in the dynamics of what people should have their audios turned up to, But this week is very special. We're reviewing IU's Flower Bookmark 3 EP. I'm your host, Umu. And today I'm joined by our reoccurring summertime guest, Sam.
Hello.
And a voice that you haven't heard in a couple of years, Ju Young.
Hey guys. How are you?
How are you? This question is directed at you, Ju Young. What have you been up to?
Hi. This is awkward. I haven't done this in a long time, so I feel like I've forgotten how to do this.
Pretend like you're catching up with some old friends.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a professional musician now,
Hell yeah.
as people have been telling me. I'm currently a section clarinetist at the U.S. Army Band Pershing's Own, so that's kind of what I've been up to. And yeah, that's it.
You've been getting swole.
Yes,
rock
I've been
climbing?
trying. It's
Succeeding,
because
girl.
I'm trying to see how much of my body can hold until I break. So that's kind of like my 2026 goal. So yeah.
Best of luck with that. Best of luck. I could never. Have you both been staying up to date with K-pop at all?
Kind of, not really. Whatever is playing, I guess, or whatever kind of passes on my Spotify, I'll hear. But really, I feel like the past week that we've kind of collaborated or reacted this summer has been the first time in since last summer that I've been introduced to all of the goings on for the past year.
I feel like the reactors who have graduated from React to the K, if they aren't already obsessed with K-pop, it's just whenever I come into their lives again. It's like a wave of catching up on K-pop.
Yeah.
But for you, Ju, you were previously into K-pop before you joined the channel. So have you been listening?
This has been a New Jeans summer, so I've just been listening to the same 4 New Jeans songs, and that's it. So
fantastic. So you're updated on New Jeans. The most recent track released a year ago.
I guess so.
Yeah, I get it. All right. Well, without further ado, the Flower Bookmark series that IU makes is bringing back to life older released Korean songs and putting her own spin on it. And up first is the song Red Sneakers. And each song is arranged by someone else. I'm going to be curious if you guys end up recognizing who arranged this song for IU herself. But first up, I want to know your thoughts. How do you feel about this IU version of Red Sneakers?
You want to go first,
miny, mo. Ju!
I think Sam should go first. I feel like he'll have more interesting things to say. So, Sam.
Well, since I've been gifted the baton, I think the arrangement is great. I think it's very pretty. I think whoever this really goes for all 6 of the tunes, but whoever the pianist is and all of these really rips pretty hard. They're especially in this song and one of the other songs that we'll probably talk about later, but I think the piano playing is at a very high level. There's glissandi everywhere that is just peppered in perfect places. And especially in this song, there's a solo that they have at 240 that's really, really good.
And you know what, folks? I decided I'm going to switch to the better quality mic because then I can play. I just realized I can't play the song audio while also recording my own audio on my phone.
Yeah.
So we're going to make a quick little switch so that I can play the piano solo. Please remind me of the time code.
240 I have down.
They got some chops.
Yeah. And I think it's really cool because the chord progression itself is really simple. So because it's like pretty stable, it allows kind of the pianist to go and like do really like virtuosic little things without it really going too far into like jazz land or like into inaccessible land. Like it still stays really easy and pleasant to listen to. So I think that's really cool. So those are kind of my thoughts.
Yeah, the piano being a really standout part and the fact that the arrangement is able to make maybe a more simplistic chord progression and melody just have more pizzazz to it. Ju, did you have any specific thoughts on the arrangement or piano as well?
Yeah, I think, well, I did listen to the original, and talking about the piano solo, I feel like, as Sam said, like, throughout the entire album, like the main instruments that she does use is like piano and strings. And in the original, I think it's a guitar solo at 240. So
Correct.
it was really cool to kind of see like how she made her rendition in like her way. And yeah, that was like the biggest comment I had.
I do have a quick question to piggyback off of that. The way that you guys described this piano solo in Red Sneakers specifically, does it remind you of, I don't know, an artist that you maybe really like?
Is it Sam Kim?
A different artist that you really like?
Is it
Oh my
Uaena?
gosh.
Was that
Wait,
her?
who is
That's
it?
Ijina.
Oh, very cool.
Oh my god!
It was so funny. This way Sam was describing her playing ability and her writing and her arrangement. I'm like, that's exactly what has come out of her mouth when I've interviewed her before about how she hopes to. She isn't the biggest fan of complexity, but she loves jazz. So she likes incorporating the pop with the jazz and just the ultimate feel good, cutesy world of the combination of the two genres.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, now I like understand the song. Okay.
And what's even crazier is the first time I listened to this, I knew Ijina arranged a song for this album. I wasn't sure which one. I thought it was a later song. So when I first listened to this, I'm like, oh, it's nice. It's cute. It has some jazz influence. But then when I learned that it was Ijina and you listen closely to the arrangement, so much of it
makes
is
a lot
Ijina's
of
flavor.
sense. Yeah.
So like, for example, there are some background vocal choir sort of like or like la 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 that are added in that don't exist in the original version that IU has redubbed. IU does re-sing. When you listen to it, you're like, oh, Ijina so did that. That is so Ijina. So like, one example is I did not hear at oh no, never mind. That wasn't a vocal moment. That was pointing out the pits, the string pits.
Yeah.
I feel like Ijina loves
Yeah.
her dainty string pits. Okay, no, it's the la la at 55 seconds. That la 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 la. That just takes up a little rest in between like instrumental movement. It's just it's so fun to hear. It also sounds almost IU in a way, so I wonder if they happen to be inspired by each other in any way. Like, it just fits so well with IU's sound. And I was kind of curious about when it came to these remakes, like what elements were kept and what elements were changed. And so one of the things that were kept the exact same was the consistent like quarter note snare. Bah, 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 bah,
Oh yeah, and the chorus and the pre-chorus.
Yes.
It was
Is it? Whoops, not there. I guess it's also, yeah, pre-chorus and chorus, yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, that's a choice because it makes it very square, right? But I guess maybe that is sort of a recognizable or iconic aspect of the original, of like just having that driving. And then what they do to add onto it were the like are not is it arpeggiated like chords, because she goes like da, ba, 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 kind of like stagnated notes that she sings in the background to create a chord with her voice. I feel like that brings like more life, more pizzazz
Yeah, I could see that.
into the chorus, more breathiness.
Yeah.
Did you, since you listened to the original version, were there any elements that you liked better in the original version, or did you prefer IU's rendition?
Well, I'm like a sucker for like very like kind of harder instrumentals and like guitar. So I personally really like the original a lot better. I also really like the artist sang like almost completely without vibrato, and I feel like that's really impressive. And I think that's like another thing that IU did keep in her rendition. Like there was some vibrato, but like when you listen to it, like she's not really singing in vibrato, and it just kind of like flows, and I feel like that's so her style. Like this doesn't just go for Red Sneakers, but like for all the other songs, like reiterating the fact that she's able to keep these elements of like the original, but like somehow change it like respectfully in her way. And I really enjoyed listening to the album because I could hear like the different styles in which she like tried and changed the original, and it was just like really interesting. So yeah, sorry, not me going down spiraling into a rabbit hole.
No. Hey, that's what this podcast is all about. We spiral together.
Beautiful.
We spiral together. That's the
I
title.
love that. All together.
Yeah. Did either of you have any comments about the bass by any chance?
Not really, no.
Okay, because something I noticed in the original version, the bass sort of hits the tonic and the fifth of each chord. So it's just like more boom, 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 boom. But then when you listen closely to IU's version, the bassist is hitting a lot more than just the fifth. The bassist is like filling in a lot of the chromatic passing tones and just adding more character, more movement, more flavor in. Like it isn't afraid, whereas like maybe the original kept a diatonic in Uaena's version. Maybe that's where some of the jazz influence comes in. That's where like some of like the non-chord tones can like clash a little bit, but like it adds the spice, adds the movement, adds the interest. So I really appreciated how I feel like this song was just changed instrumentation wise, I guess arrangement wise, and vocal layer wise, but the chord progression, the tempo, the key changed though. When you guys first listened to this song, what did you think of that key change?
I was like, eh?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I'm like, did I hear that correctly?
Yeah.
Did that just happen?
it was a little like spontaneous, but you know what? We love spontaneity. Spontaneity. I don't know.
Spontaneity. Yeah.
Whatever the word is.
Yeah. Because I'm glad, I feel like some of the songs that were released in the earlier 90s or 1990s, 1980s, 1970s, 1960s, they don't add as much variation when a section repeats. So the original song doesn't have that key change. But I'm glad IU either decided to cut the song shorter or add in variation either with key change or instrumentation or like layers wise to the final chorus.
Yeah.
To make things a little more exciting. All right. Any remaining comments about Red Sneakers? Ready to move on. Never ending story. We've got a K ballad, my friend.
Let me just preface, I really like the original. I'm sorry. No, I
the original
really
is
love the
really
original.
solid.
Like,
okay. Tell, did you know,
No,
you knew this song before?
Yeah. Of course.
Is it like a K-drama song, or is it just like it's so popular that your parents played it for you and stuff?
Yeah, my parents would play it. Like, I like never knew the title of the song until like recently, but like I knew like, oh, like the beginning, and then yeah, professional yearning song. That's how I would categorize it. So yeah,
That's actually, I think,
Professional
how
yearning
she.
song.
Yeah, she or like I forgot whether. Okay, yeah. There was like an article written about this that was something like, "This is not the yearning where the yearning like will have a happy ending to it."
it's pretty sad. like, like I don't know.
It's really
I don't know
dark
about
sad.
you, but it's really
it's
like
really
dark.
sad.
Like this is anyways.
Yeah, no. I don't know how to go about this. Like, I kind of want to hear Ju's thoughts then on the IU version as someone who originally really loves the original, because I remember reading on Reddit, some people were like, her version didn't do the original song justice. And I'm wondering if Ju has a hot take like that, or if Sam and I should go first since we didn't know the original version. Our thoughts on that song, and then you go in the end?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sam.
Honestly, I might lean closer to one of those people than not, just because I think she did a really good job. Like there are several notes that I took about like the actual like composition of the song and things that were really cool about it. And like certain chords that were really cool. Ultimately though, I just kind of come away saying that it just, to me personally, I feel like I've heard so many K ballads that like have this like DNA that it's really hard to find like a distinguishing factor in this one as opposed to some other ones. But that being said, with the context of it makes sense that this song is like one that Ju Young was saying like is very popular and is like one that is passed down, because the composition of it is like very, very different from like your SM ballads or something like that. And it kind of has that like, I don't want to say like older like DNA or chemistry or something like that.
You definitely
but just
can.
like the way that it's like written feels a lot more like lyrical or like tuneful than say like the big harmonic changes of an SM ballad or like the big like jazzy progressions or something like that. Like it feels very much like you would hear this in like Korean church or something like that.
So real.
That's actually very, very true, Sam. That's actually because this song was originally so iconic. IU actually said this is one of those famous songs that we don't ever bother to chew on the melody and lyrics because they've become so familiar in our memories, which is, I
and that
think,
makes
her
so
reasoning,
much sense.
right? Why it sounds so, I guess, quote unquote, old is because she didn't change much. She didn't change much at all from the original. To me, I don't know if this is what is it called? Unpopular opinion, but this sounds more like a cover than a remake.
Yeah.
She keeps the instrumentation the same. The arrangement itself, like how the instruments play each chord is different, but the chord progression, the actual instrumentation, the instruments chosen, exact same. Melodies exact same. She just like deleted one of the choruses so it like goes quicker onto like a new high note, da 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 da, something da 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 da, just so that it reaches that climax faster. I do believe she changed like the overall dynamic flow of this song because she really kept that tension building. She kept it really quiet, kind of rumbling, simmering. It didn't quite get to a boil until the very end, whereas in the original, he explodes pretty quickly. The singer, like the first chorus, he goes all out, whereas IU waits until the final chorus. So that's why it's just like the slowest of builds. And I think that's very, very purposeful on her end. But when it comes to the chord progression and the instruments being the same and the melody overall being the same, yeah, it feels more like a very, very solid cover of the song, and I'm surprised that this was one of the if not the title track to the album. How does Ju feel about it?
I share the same thoughts. I think the gradual build was really interesting to listen to because a dog.
Just a dog.
You heard it?
Yeah, I know that sound anywhere.
Everyone, ladies and gents, it's my dog running after my mom down the hallway to see what she's doing. That's like 20 feet away, so it's crazy that my computer picked up on it. Sorry.
I love it. No, I love it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like, again, from what I said with the first song, like, overall in this album, she really loves her piano and strings, and she uses that to her full advantage throughout the album, and especially in the song. And, like, I love how she started the song with, like, minimal instrumentation and, like, with, like, a lighter voice texture, but still in, like, the lower range. And then as the song progresses, she uses, like, less of her head voice. And it just, like, the sound and then her voice becomes thicker and greater. And also, I think this song was a really good song to showcase her lower range, because I didn't know she had that, that, like, beautiful lower range, because, like, we're so used to, like, oh, like, her singing Good Day and, like, you know, having this really high voice. But, like, I guess, like, the more lower range makes it more, like, of a somber, like, texture, and it fits well with the lyrics. But, like, obviously, like the other song, I love the original because it has that, like, hardcore, like, rock sound, and I personally love that genre. But, again, I respect, like, the things she did to, I guess, sort of change this song and to, like, make it more her vibe. So, I digress.
Well said. I think now that we've talked about maybe the differences between the two tracks, we can talk about the song itself and why it feels so longing. I mean, first of all, the "Someday My Prince Will Come" intro, that never returns, right? That's literally just...
I'm suddenly there. Wait. Sorry, now I have to, like, rewind.
Yeah, right? Like,
Okay,
maybe
anyways, you guys-
it could be hidden somewhere in the rest of the song, but it's never obviously there again. And I guess the reason for referencing that is because of the longing, right? Is that literally just it?
Like, it's a breakup song, but it's not a breakup song. You know, it's so it's, like, really, I don't know. That just makes it more sad, I feel, for me. What? It was like, this could totally be wrong, but this is how I, like, understood the song lyrics. It's like, I guess, like, he wasn't there for her, like, how she needed to. And so, like, he's, like, regretting certain things, like, about the relationship, I guess. And then it implies, like, oh, like, for you, like, I'm, like, translate. I'm, like, I'm trying to, like, briefly and horribly translate, like, what was it? Sorry, I need to...
You can look it up. It'll be a difficult situation to think the lyrics in Korean and then translate them to English.
Yeah, I thought I was, you know, talented in that way, but I guess not.
It's hard, man.
Like, the place where my hand can't reach, today you're also breathing, but on the small chair where I used to be with you, the same figures pass by the way. Like, that's so crazy.
I got goosebumps.
Like, that's so crazy. And
Whoa.
then the chorus, if you miss, someday you will meet, like in the movies, these things become reality. I couldn't protect you in a hard day, you in that beautiful time. Like, there's the regret, and like where does this come? Like, this is why I give so much kudos to people who, like, write their own songs, because it's like, you need to, like, really understand a lot of emotions, and like you need to understand yourself, or you don't have to understand yourself to like create this type of shit. But yeah.
That's now that gives me a new perspective on why they had "Someday My Prince Will Come" at the beginning of the song. They referenced like our relationship is not like the movies or something, and maybe that's why at the intro it's like, oh, this could be yearning like a movie, like in Snow White, but then it never comes back because that isn't reality.
That's so crazy. Like,
That is so crazy.
And speaking of course, like the song itself sounding emotional, what were like the chordal moments that stood out to you, Sam? Because those are probably some of the more like emotional swelling moments, maybe.
Yeah. So in the chorus, it kind of follows like somewhat of like a walk down into, so it's like a walk down into a half cadence B flat again with an F in the bass, G minor,
Oh, it's sort of a
A minor.
sequence, huh?
yeah, and then F. So there's your half cadence. Yeah, the whole song kind of has like this like that's a good word for it, like a cyclical, like it's all descending down, and because of that the like the line it has is really it's almost like second nature. And especially like the vocal melody going off of that, like ba-na, ba-na, ba, 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 like it's all like stepwise motion going up. So that way, like there's this really nice. It's gonna be hard to do this with the phone in the hand, but like as the melody goes up, the bass line and like the chords kind of like go down. So there's this really nice motion.
Contrary motion.
Yeah. And it's really, really beautiful.
she did great.
She did great. Yes. I think there's also something about, sorry, one more thing about Neverending Story. There's something about like a man singing in the register. I think IU is in, I think it's in B flat major while the original was in G flat major. So you do the math. I'm not doing the math. But hearing like, even though the male version, I don't, who's the artist? Dude, what is-
Pua.
Pua?
Pua.
Hoo-ha.
Puhuan. Sorry, I said
Puhuan.
Puhuan.
What Ju Young said.
Whatever.
The register he was singing in, it's just like it has a little bit more of a strain, and so when he belted, it was like, where it was very much, I think, within her register. So she was like comfortably singing it, which is why the version sounds more delicate and maybe a little bit less yearning and explosive and emotional than I find the original. Okay, October 4th.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ah, this one. Yes. Piano.
Again?
Oh, yeah.
Woo! I mean, but is this what they call hocketing? Like what happens
What is
right at the
hocketing?
beginning? When one instrument plays one instrument and another instrument plays another instrument, because if you listen closely, like the notes
An
switch off
instrument plays
between.
an instrument?
Wait, shit, is that what I said?
Yeah. Wait, what does that mean?
An instrument plays a note and a different instrument plays another note, so it just switches off between the two different instruments playing that create a melody together. So if you listen to this intro, it switches off between what I believe is guitar and piano. And they're playing different notes from each other, so it's like together they create a melody of like da da dee dee doo doo dee dee doo doo dee dee doo doo dee or something like that, but they're taking turns playing the notes, which is, I don't know about you guys, really grabbed my attention.
That's actually very cool. I didn't really know that there was a name for that, but that's awesome.
I want to say shout out to, I believe it was Jason. 5 years ago. Who brought that
I
up.
see.
Thanks to him, we know what hocketing is. And then okay, Ju Young, you listened to the original song or already were familiar with it. Do you think this beginning rhythm is a variation on what Soteji did? Or I was wondering if it's actually a rhythm from later on in the original song that they moved to the beginning of this song.
I don't know. I just said
in the beginning of the original, it's like a guitar strumming, like, and it doesn't quite 100% sound like what IU is doing. Sam, just for reference, it kind of gives like pop punk ballad. So the entire song, which I said, OMG, LOL, I didn't expect Soteji to like release a song like this. But yeah, I didn't really listen closely to like the like more into the song. I just really focused on like, okay, like how is IU like interpreting this in her style. So yeah, I sorry, I I did not.
So how did IU interpret this in her style? What is
Well, like it's so
thoughts?
dreamy. And like she uses the piano. And like that interplay between the guitar and the piano in the beginning, it's like her, I guess, her two favorite instruments. So like I just like I think throughout the song I was like, how could she have like, again, coming from someone that like, you know, is given music and I have to play what's written on the page. Like, to me, my mind goes, that's like so interesting that an idea of like, oh, like I like the piano and the guitar. And then hearing this like really, I guess, more heavier like guitar strumming in the original song to like completely change that up, keeping like the same rhythmic element and then turning it to her like dreamy like and like kind of floaty song was just really like, I don't know, I was like, like, I don't know, to like other people it's like, oh, like that's an easy element, but like to me as a listener it's like, oh, and like also listening to the original it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think Sam and I listened to October 4th before knowing of the original songs first. So when I first heard this, I was like, oh, this is cute. This like totally fits within IU's style. And then I listened to the Soteji and I was like, what? Like
it's, like,
this?
two
Like I had to
different-
triple check that I was like, did I find the right original song because she
Right.
transformed it so much?
Yeah, I think it wasn't like yes, I was like, but then like
Yeah.
listening to the beginning of her rendition and listening to the original, I'm like, okay, so like she kept that element. So like, cool. Like I think it's really awesome that she gives homage to like all the artists and like the songs like most like what's it called? Like when you know the element, like
Recognition?
yeah, of like, you know, the key elements of like an original song and like keeping that, but like switching it up to like her stuff again, like I'm being redundant, but like keeping that in her style. Like I was like, you know, maybe some of the songs like I didn't really like the rendition or like, you know, I like the original better, but I really enjoy how she like changes up, you know, a lot of the instrumentation and like how she uses her voice to create like a different like scene. And I think October 4th did that for me. Like I really like I truly 100% respected like what she did. And like her use of like vocal layers instead of like a guitar in the original, like I thought that was really awesome. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to scream, but I didn't, so.
Sam, did you feel the need to scream when listening to this song?
I mean, it was really good. I don't know if I really felt that urge, so to say, but it was very good. It was very, I think if I had that like musical whiplash of listening to the original and then listening to this one, I would be like, whoa, because Jooyoung, did you hear the original first?
I listened to all the originals first, and then I listened to IU's, which is why I think I had that like whiplash for like
Yeah.
every single song. I was like, like,
Yeah, I can't even imagine, because this song like is so like, it's so pillowy, it's so like dreamlike, it's very nice, it's like nice on the ears in that way. So to think of it in like a setting that's very brash doesn't make like a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah, and somehow she took like the same melodies. I believe I think the melodies themselves are like the same rhythms and stuff. And she even took the same harmonies as Soteji and just made it a completely different experience because in both the Soteji version and IU's version, there's a lot of like holding out a singular note on the vocals and then like hitting the second above that note, like a half step above that note, and then resolving, right? So that there's like tension and release, tension and release. And I kept re-listening to both versions thinking like, surely she's doing it differently. But I'm like, wait, it's the exact same. It's literally all about the atmosphere that you create behind it and how you deliver it. Because Soteji kind of did it in the like full chest voice, a little nasally.
Blink 182 nasally voice. That's what I wrote. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
But like that's
Yes.
why I loved the original. Cause like that's the style of music that I love and enjoy. So I digress. Anyways,
And
continue.
then that's why I like the IU version better because I love, Sam, your description of it as a pillow. That is so it's being pillowy. That is such a beautiful way. Like lilac petals floating on the wind, like how breathy she recorded those harmonies. It just sounds like it's just something very light passing through. And so it's like harder to notice the dissonances. Whereas like Soteji is right in your face. So I guess in the end, yeah, it's like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the pillowy version or do you prefer like the really confident Blink 182 delivery of it? Were there any specific moments in this song that stood out to you guys? Do you want to go first, Sam?
I really like how it had the world's shortest bridge. I thought that was really funny, where it was just like 2 rounds of F to F dominant 7 to B flat minor. Yeah, this.
And that's it.
Yeah, and like that's literally it. And it's just like no lyrics, no nothing. It was just like almost like a ramp down a little bit, or not a ramp down. What's it called? A cool down into a down, like a final down chorus, which I thought was really cool. And the fact that they just kind of changed up the progression was really neat.
Yeah, adding the minor. Yeah, the color change and dynamic change at the same time. I think,
Yeah.
for me, the most standout moments. Oh, well, the most standout moments have been the vocal harmonies. I am obsessed with the crunch that they have. But the fact that I didn't notice, but the bass doesn't join the song until halfway in. She does like the entire intro, verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2. Then I think pre-chorus, and then it comes in like the second chorus. Let me play this part. When it comes in at 148. Because previously it was like the piano or guitar playing the lower notes. And this is where it comes in. Okay, so I guess that's the pre-chorus, right? And then it starts noodling. It's like, and I think this is another song that has like a sort of circle of fifths E progression, so it was a really good choice to have this after Never Ending Story.
It does. It has like a descending line throughout it, going from like F to E to like F with an E to D. Yeah, exactly.
And then it goes back up to F, E, D, C. For some reason, I don't really get tired of the progression.
No.
I don't know why.
Because it's pretty.
It is. And she doesn't always sing with it. I think a lot of times the melody does its own thing and then only very occasionally does it match up with the chord progression and she sings the same notes as the chord progression. So yeah, her melody goes with the bass note of the piano, the bass line going down. Just lends itself to the delicate, like you said, easy nature, pretty nature of things. Any remaining commentary for October 4th? All right, folks, moving on to a song that Google itself is also confused about this, but IU has a song called Ending Scene.
Oh.
And this song is called Last Scene.
Oh.
How
I see.
confusing is that? When I first saw this song, I'm like, didn't she already do this song? Like, what's going on? But I do have a comparison between the original song and the IU song. But first, I'm curious of Sam's opinion on the song overall before we dive into the comparisons.
I think if I didn't know that that Lee Jana did the first song, I maybe would have guessed that this would have been the song that she arranged.
I think I
Because-
agree. Yeah.
Not because it's like super like jazzy in a way, but it just there's like a lot of like within like a lot of the spaces there are just like really neat little like bits and pieces of like flourishes that I feel like she would do. Like for example, there's a really really cool call and response section at 242 where the guitar will start at like a passage and then the vocals will come in with like a response to that, and just kind of like the way that is textured is really really cool. Like it's just like the way that that's like the interplay between those two feel really like so good. There's harp in this song, which is very neat. There it is. Yeah. Yep. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And also, like, with that, there's also other flourishes of like there's a really cool guitar ascending moment at 105 that is kind of like glissando-y. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it was like ba-da-bee-da.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the way that it like moves is really cool. And then the last thing is that there's like a really cool chromatic walk up to go to the key change from C minor to D minor at 256, where it goes like G.
Dude, I was trying to figure out. Okay, at the moment that you just mentioned, I put makes me think we changed keys, but I kept playing the same note as before and it stayed the same. So Sam, what happened here? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. So thank you.
It's very similar to that one song that had the key change. I can't remember what it was, but it's basically, so G is like the 5 of C. So it's like ba 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 ba. So basically, like the way that I understand it is that 5 of C minor turns into a 4 of D minor. So it's like just like becomes a 4-5-1 progression. So it's like just retranslating chords in a way that's super fun and neat, but also I feel like is pretty. You see that progression pretty frequently sometimes, but just the way that it like feels is a little spontaneous, but not like, because it's used pretty frequently, doesn't feel like you're getting thrown into a deep dark ocean. So I mean, it feels really cool. But yeah, overall, I mean, like there's just like so many little bits and pieces of moments that I find really neat and cool that I like. So that's my thoughts.
Is there such thing as rhythmic diminution?
What are you saying that it does?
So let me play the original song for you, because if we're rewinding back to the beginning of the song, okay, can you remind me what is it called? What is the artist for the original song?
Roller Coaster? I think that's the band's name.
Okay.
Oh, this was by Roller Coaster?
Yeah, and even the guitarist is featured in IU's version.
I love Roller Coaster. What the heck?
Let's go.
Wait.
Yeah, the guitarist of Roller Coaster is played the guitar part for IU's rendition.
What in the world?
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
What?
Wait, the guitarist?
Yeah.
Isn't he Ihori's wife? What's his husband?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is this band. It's Love Virus. Love Virus is the song
my
that's like so
God,
insane.
This makes so much sense.
Wait,
this
what is
makes-
this? What is this
Sorry.
like mind explosion that you just had, you? Is it he's married to
He's married to Ihyori. Do you know? Like,
is she a singer or
just
actress?
1 10-minute. Na, 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 na. She's also an antenna right now, and Itoxin is also an antenna right now. So I didn't put the pieces together that he was in this band, and I'm like, no wonder.
There we go.
Anyways, sorry, I'm gonna.
Big revelation on both Ju's and Sam's minds. But let me play you the first couple of seconds of the original song. So when I'm listening to that versus listening to because like the original is like bum 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 bum, and then I use is like bum 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 bum, and it isn't a faster tempo. Like if you clap along, the
No,
beats line
yeah.
up. It's just literally the melody is.
I think it's just the syncopation that's different because it sounds like the chords are still like the same length.
Oh, so that. Oh.
Dead.
I don't know if it's a diminution per se.
You are
I think
right.
it's-
It's not a diminution. It's just more syncopated, which tricked my brain into thinking.
But you know what? It's cool. The more syncopations is very cool. Although the original is also very cool.
Yeah, it's like dun 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 versus dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun, something like that. Okay. Thank you for teaching me the correct way to listen to it. Ju, you listened to the original song, then you listened to this. Thoughts?
So this is the one song that I think IU did not better per se, but I enjoyed listening to hers better than the original artist. No hate, no shade. Just I think the original is just very repetitive, and it was a lot more interesting to listen to IU's version, especially the fact that Weinstein sang in it. And we know IU, she's so great at singing duets because she's just like seamlessly and just effortlessly able to, I guess like merge nicely into the other person's, voice and vocal style. And I think it's just like the constant layers and the vocal harmonies, even from the beginning that she started her rendition with. It just made it, I guess, like more alive, her rendition, when the original just sounds very like mellow and calm and just like but hers was very like, oh, like there's like motion with like these layers, and I really enjoyed that, which is why I really liked her rendition of it.
Yeah, you're so right. I feel like this version, because of how active the syncopations are, or more frequent they are, that it does give more energy to the song. Also, I feel like this melody overall is dun 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 dun. Is that what they actually sing in this song as well? So it is on the repetitive side of a melody. It's a lot of da 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 da. But what IU does, she of course sings the melody exactly as is, but then she adds in like a wall of vocals, creating a chord that takes my mind away from like the fact of like, wow, this is so repetitive. So for example, that comes in at 45 seconds. And like it's crunchy. It's like seventh chord back there in the vocals. So I'm like, oh, what's she singing back there? And so it just like adds so much more color to a more repetitive melody. I also pointed out the harp. Yes, it's like it introduces more textures as well, besides from being like a unique texture in itself. Because when the section after the harp happens, this
Yeah.
it just kind of like it introduces that, and like I think there's also a glockenspiel, and you just kind of like float, and it's giving a song that you two both reacted to like 5 years ago, "Hey Kid, Close Your Eyes" by Acme. It's that very like rhythmic yet forever floating vibe of like some 80s elements in the production, and you're just kind of like, whoa, what's happening? Like it's a very nice vibe to float in. And then when we do reach the second verse, she changes up the instrumentation. I think this is the second verse. Hold up, let's see, second verse or bridge, or it's at 2:30. Weinstein. So this is a section where you could argue that a lot of it is copy paste in the instrumental, but there's this like distant shaker that's like that was added in that wasn't there before. That just adds the smallest of changes by filling in more frequencies. And that is all my comments. Because my next one is, Sam, please explain key change.
Oh, and I did.
And you did!
Yahoo!
Wahoo! Wait, do you say that too, Jooyoung?
Yeah, Yahoo!
Wait, I do that all the... Wait, what the heck? Okay, sorry, I just like...
Sam and I are like mentally connected, like Bluetooth connection.
Literally, like what in the world?
Happening.
All the same catchphrases.
Literally. And we both had a revelation with this band,
Yeah.
so...
Are you the same person? Have you been lying to me?
I mean, we're not in the same room right now.
I mean, you have your background is blurred, Sam. How could we know that?
That's true. Oh, I totally didn't even realize.
LOL.
Whoa. Okay, now
Look, it's so bright though.
now we understand. Before it could have been a lie because you were hiding, but now you have proof.
Yeah.
Not in the same room.
And now I have proof.
Oh. I feel like if Ju's room had more, it might be the same way.
Well, also it's like 6 p.m. here, so...
Oh, okay. Right. You can maybe see, the light coming from
Yeah, so
Sam's
lucky.
and my 3 p.m. Whew, yeah, feeling quite lucky to be in California right now.
Yahoo.
But up next, we've got A Beautiful Person featuring Balming Tiger. This one, okay, Sam, I was so close to showing you and Will this song because we did a react session a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I would love
and
to
I
hear
had
what Will
this,
thinks of this
right?
song.
I think Will would really dig this song.
Will would love this song.
So I'll have to maybe pair him up with Elijah or something because neither of them have heard this yet. And we'll get that. We'll get that and I'll send it to you. But I'm guessing, okay, this is crazy because before we say anything, Jooyoung, let's have Sam guess what the original song sounds like.
Oh,
Sam,
yeah.
what do you think the original song sounds like? What genre? Do you have any guess at all?
I have no idea. I literally couldn't even...
So like even listening to this melody, like does the melody itself give away any hints, or the rhythm of the melody? Da, 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 da. No guess?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, well let's catch your reaction live on camera/microphone. The original, A Beautiful Person. Prepare for your pants to be blown off. Because when I don't know, or bed to explode, because I did not, listening to IU's version first, and I guess in Jooyoung's, listening to Shin Jun Hyung and Yup Jun's, not sure how to pronounce. Sorry, that was a wild ad that just popped up for me. But this, I think, is the most transformed song on the album.
Oh, cool.
So in
It's kind of like 60s psych a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. And so then that being
That's so sick.
this transformation
actually
was
so awesome.
mind-blowing to me.
I love IU. Like, she's like, she is so good at collabing and like picking her collab partners. Like, I think like a couple years ago, she did a collab with Hyukoh. And like, I was like, surely, like, how is she gonna make this work? And like, because they both do different genres of music. Like, I think in my opinion, like completely different opposite genres. And she was able to make that like work so well. And I was like, I saw Bombing Tiger because like I don't really listen to the discography, but I know their music is pretty like it's up there, and they experiment with a lot of things. How is she gonna like do this? And I'm just like shocked at how she made it work. And again, like, I love the original. I love like the style. But it was like, personally, I don't like electronic sounds, but how she transformed, that beginning like guitar solo and made it a more electronic style, like, I was like, I'm sold. Okay, and like her voice again is very flowy, but I would call it light percussive because the original is like dun 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 dun, dun, like it's more like but she was able to be like dun, 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 dun. Like she has this like lift in her voice that I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like that's hard. Like and then I said at 42 seconds, I was like, LOL, she changed the genre to like folk all of a sudden. And I was like, that's a Bombing Tiger type shit thing. What?
With the claps.
Yeah, and I was like, I was a little like weary of like, oh, like how is she gonna like in the beginning, like how is she gonna like maintain this like style throughout the song? And then I was like, okay, the folk is like more her style and it like merged a little bit better. And like that was like to me like a really nice contrast throughout the song. And it gave my ears like, okay. And then I went back to that original idea and I was like, okay, like I'm sat and I could listen to this. So yeah.
So sad. I was wondering, with this change in the pre-chorus, would it be more Korean folk or just folk in general?
I was thinking more like
American folk.
Like I didn't really. Yeah, that was like my thought process. What's that song? It was like a really popular song back in like 2015 or something. I don't remember, but like that American. I don't know what it's called, but like 2015, like there was like a huge like resurgence, I think, of like this like folk genre here. And like that section reminded me of that. I like the Lumineers. I don't know, like
Sam.
Close.
Help.
But I'll send you an example.
Okay.
But like that's what it reminded me of, and I was like, okay, slay.
Yeah, and it's switching between like an unfamiliar soundscape to a familiar soundscape.
Yeah.
And also switching between a swung vibe and a straight 1, 2, 3, 4 duple subdivisions versus triple subdivisions vibe. So it's like, it's weird. It's like you're going to a safe space, but a safe space that you didn't see coming up.
Yeah, I did not see that coming. I was like, oh, this album is full of surprises, and every single time I played the song, I played each song, I was like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I have any specific like, oh, this specific thing was changed from this in the original because everything is so different. I do find it interesting that in the verses we have that bass going like boom, 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 those are not the right notes. Hold up. Let me just play it for you. So, so you know. Which I believe lands on a flat 2. It's kind of detuned, so I can't fully tell the notes of that bass synth. Bum, bum, boom. Something like that. And that they just pulled out of nowhere. I don't think that was featured anywhere in the original song. I don't think they hit Phrygian or that chromatic note anywhere in the original track. So like everything besides maybe some of the chords and the melodies are all made up for this song. And that we can transfer to Sam. What were the standout moments in the song for you?
Well, I think my favorite part of the song actually is the outro, because I love that faces. I see faces. But,
no, I'm like, yes, Sam, go off.
I just think that it's so unique to have a section of a song, especially for an artist like IU, to go so low fidelity with the vocal and with the way that the sonic actually is, where it's so raw and it's so like it feels like it's coming out of like a phone speaker, which I think is so cool. Like it feels almost like Alex G or like some sort of like some like really like almost like indie like feel to it, and it's so unique. Like I don't think I've ever heard her do a sound like that, and I love that.
You're right.
Especially with the way that the guitar feels. It just feels really like intimate and intent and like not intense, but like really like close. And I love that. So that's like my favorite part of this song. I also think the way that they make the acoustic guitar sound, like just generally speaking, in the pre-chorus and otherwise, like captures that like vibe. But then that's also juxtaposed with like this really funky chorus where like the top line is very syncopated and like I don't want to say noodly, but just has a lot of like moving parts with that bass line. I love also how the chorus is not like there's no lyrics to it. It's just like a vocalized little like that's just like super cool. Like it's just kind of like a jam in the chorus, and I think that's awesome.
Dude, and the fact that that was like material that we had I believe it's a vocoder in the verses.
I think it is, yeah.
Because it goes like IU, and then it's like, and then IU sings again.
Yeah.
And then we just totally flesh out. I think there might be one vocoder layer, but it sounds more like, I believe that's one of the Balming Tiger members, probably.
I could see that.
Singing that in the chorus. And oh my God, it slaps so hard. It's so laid back.
It's very cool.
Where are we? Because especially since we go from strict duple subdivisions to the triple, so it sounds like we're opening up. Here we go. Oh, and I think the bass continues, boom, boom, boom. And I think there might be a vocal layer with it that's going like, boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Or not. Oh, and then adding the distortion in to the it's just like always transforming and always in like an unexpected way that completely fits.
Yeah.
Dude, and then like the variation of the second verse, we can just keep listening. When we get this theme back in, it might be the same melody, but it isn't with a vocoder anymore. It's just the vocals with some sort of effect that sounds different than a vocoder. This verse has less percussion. I believe the first verse started off like it's thicker when it comes to layers of rhythmic elements, which I think is usually opposite with how songs are arranged. Usually songs build up, right? Thicken in textures, but this goes back down and they remove, I think, 2 or 3 percussion instruments. And then there's this like there's this instrument in the background that goes like I don't know how else to describe it. It's just very textural, like that's just like but it's I'm so sorry. I don't know how else to describe it. And then they combine, right? When we go to the pre-chorus, it's like it's just 100% folk, and then when we go to the chorus, it's back to the really laid back triplet subdivision. But then for the climax of this song, they combine them. I think. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know, but it really feels like the instruments are rejoicing being brought back together.
I think it's also cool because when everything is like stripped back, it doesn't feel like you're getting punched in the face. It feels like it's a lot more of a subtle diminution or like a diminuendo than like just a total like abrupt everything is gone moment. And especially going from like pretty high fidelity to low fidelity, that contrast can be pretty intense. So the fact that it doesn't, I think it almost like warrants it, I would say, for that final time, which I think is really cool.
10 out of 10. All right, any remaining thoughts, or shall we move on to Square's Dream?
Let's do Square's Dream.
Square's Dream time. Oh my god, this song is so cute. I'm guessing, is this like one of your childhood songs, Chu Young?
No, it was. I've never heard this before.
Oh, because the lyrics are like so storytelling.
Yeah, it's
and
very like children's story-esque.
it's giving children.
Like, yeah,
Yes,
it's giving
It's giving
child.
child.
Giving chill.
But like not in like a boring way, not in a degrading way at all. It's like
Yeah.
it's easy to sing. I feel like it
Right.
has like a tune that maybe like, or chord progression or something that a lot of children's tunes have, and then the way that they arranged this version makes it almost, I don't know if more sophisticated is the word, but it makes it more detailed in texture so that adults can be like, whoa, this is not boring at all. This is like quite interesting texturally, and they'll sing along with their kids, and it'll be a good time for everyone.
Very good time.
Everyone. So how do you guys feel about this song?
I think
You want to go first?
I just have like a couple comments. Like the use of, I think it's the entertainer in the beginning. Like that's so like, I was kind of confused. Yeah, I was like, even in the original, I was like, why is this like here? Like it kind of took me aback. But then I guess it kind of, because ragtime is like, I guess like classic ragtime. This is totally, if it's totally wrong, please omit. Like it's usually like classical ragtime is usually in common time, like 4/4/2/4, and like the lyrics of the song is very like, oh, like I look at a square window, like my father's wallet is square, like all these like very like common things in life, like what the artist is like noticing. And I think that's like the use of ragtime, and I think the song is also in common time, both the original and I use. Like it's very like, oh, like this like totally matches up with the lyrics, and that's like really awesome. And I really found this like the stress on the second beat, especially in the chorus, like very like ragtime style. And like I don't know, maybe there was a reason why they put the entertainer in the beginning, or like the style of ragtime, or maybe it's just like, oh, we're just entertaining you. Like I love that openness and like the use of like that material, but that's how I interpreted it. That's my comment. Goodbye.
Interesting. So I'm reading Wikipedia, so don't quote me if it's
Don't
wrong.
quote me either.
Don't quote either of us, but you're welcome to correct us. Ragtime music originated within African American communities in the late 19th century and became a distinctly American form of popular music. It is closely related to marches, and in this song, It's very much like walking tempo in the music video, or there's a lyric video I use she's just walking along and I'm thinking, yeah, this is like a children's march, like children's walking tempo, you know?
I played Children's March last night.
Oh my God. What a coinky dink.
So yeah, my mind is still in like, well, I guess we march in the army, so like it's
that makes more
it makes sense. So
that makes sense. No way, you march in the army?
Duh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then just like the instrumentation overall being very video gamey.
I thought it was really cool. I thought it was incredibly eclectic. There was like so much sound going on. Like there was all of these like whirring sounds and sliding sounds and like a whole bunch of like bit crushed like little things, little trinkets going on. And also like there were some interesting like the ways that they would use digital moments to show like chromatic walk downs or progressions. Like there was one to go to the pre-chorus and at 2:15 where it was like wah 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 wah. It sounded it was just getting pitch shifted up. Like that just is like really funny to me. And then also at 2:25, another example is like there's a stuttering tremolo moment that like speeds up and then it goes into a mellotron string like almost like abruptly.
Oh, wait, I skipped over it. Hold up. Yeah, under the da da da. There's like a.
It's like.
Yeah.
I think for me a little bit, I think there was some stuff that was a little too distracting. I just was like, it was so much like different sound that at least for me, like I know it was a march and I know it was like kind of like the point of it. I also was like, oh my gosh, like there's like a new thing every single second and I could not concentrate on like the actual song part of it, which like honestly, like if that was the point, like you win, like that's pretty cool. But I also like when I walk away from that song, I like totally cannot for the life of me remember a ton of the melodies or anything. I just remember the moments of which I was like the whir or the just like lots of like just like noises that I recall.
I definitely think that is purposeful, and whether you enjoy that or not is definitely very subjective. But fun fact, I use like first release of this song or like a teaser or something sponsored by Minecraft, which is a very
cool.
Square video game. And I don't know if Ji-Young's seen it yet, but Sam Kim.
I did. I'm like, I was so confused. Okay, sorry, not to talk about
Tell me.
anything other than song.
Yeah.
But I saw that video because like I'm a Sam Kim sucker. Like I love his music. I love him. Like genuinely like his music is awesome. But I saw that video and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Sam Kim. But then I was like, why are we playing Minecraft? Like, why? And now it makes sense.
It makes sense. Because, the lyrics are all about Square dreams and Square toothpaste and Square phone and something like that. So it makes complete sense that the texture that they chose for this song is all heavily video game sound
like
effect inspired.
Yes,
they even, I don't know if y'all catch this, but we've even got some pew-pews in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pew! I love that. It's like pew hit, which is really cute. The instrument that I think maybe it fits within the genre itself, but I was most surprised to hear in this were the spoons. Are these spoons?
Spoons?
Spoons.
No, isn't that
It sounds like the gyro or the castanet. Oh, it could be a castanet too.
Yeah, like isn't
can
it
you-
like castanet?
But I feel like with that rhythm, here, I'm going to have to go down here to continue speaking to my mic. But you take 2 spoons facing each other and it's like, rat-ta-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta-ta, and you like hit on your leg and hand and you go like, rat-ta-ta-ta. Like, I just feel like that's a very spoon-esque rhythm. But it could also maybe be, yeah, it does sound a little bit more wooden. So that would be castanet leaning. So I am curious what that instrumental is.
Yeah.
Because that was such a fun texture for me.
Maybe
Super
they
fun.
manipulated it post-production. I don't know.
Oh, I could see that.
That might be a thing.
This is a funny song because, like, sorry, like, watching her video, she was like, love IU, but she was kind of like really bad at Minecraft. So, but then she executed this song like cool. Like, there's a lot of like layers and like great. So
Bad at Minecraft, but great at creating the audio experience.
yeah, like she was great.
Hey, it's fine. Not everyone can be good at video
like
games.
you know what? I suck at video games. I can only
too.
play
Me
Minecraft
too.
in creative mode because she played survival mode, so like I get it. I understand.
Oh no.
I understand her, struggles because I'm a stress girl. So yeah.
I totally, yeah, I very much relate. I haven't even tried Minecraft in survival mode because I think I'd be freaking out the entire time.
Yeah, I can't.
But I also totally get what Sam was saying with like busy textures. I don't, maybe not sadly isn't the word, but happily, I'm a textures girly, so I'm in heaven listening to this.
Oh, nice.
And at this part, so we've got like some it just feels like just really random sounds, but it's so fun. But my comment was, what the heck is happening right now? Like like maybe it's all just different quirky little things that the producer, I believe the arranger for this was Jaehui, who has done a lot of her ballads, so I was really surprised to see his name on this.
Oh.
He did My Sea.
Oh.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, so I was really surprised to see his name on this.
Yeah.
And I felt like since we were talking about like the march vibe, it's very like loompa, like that kind of march, you know? And then what happens musically when we go between this very bright vibe and then we go into this very mysterious section, because I couldn't tell if it was actually going minor, but it's definitely darker in vibe. Did either of you do a chordal analysis for that?
I was just
like, are you
oh.
talking about the pre-chorus section?
I think it is the pre-chorus, yes.
I just got that it was like mainly like C major, like it starts on the C major, like the major 3 of A flat, and then it kind of goes into like a like just C major, like F minor. It's just more so like a I don't want to say modulation into the relative minor, but it more so like kind of tonicizes it, so that way it's like it just feels a little bit more like spooky.
That makes sense, because I was still singing C, which is our tonic, in the more major section. I'm like, this fits in. Did we change keys? Why can I not figure, no, this is not a C minor chord? But yeah, going to the relative
It becomes
minor,
like the 5 of F minor.
the 5 of F minor. Yeah, that makes more sense because all like the notes are the same as C major, but the chords themselves were the chosen minor, the minor chords. Yeah, which is really spooky. And then of course, like the rubato at the end. Is it I believe at the end of this pre-chorus, there's a little rubato every single time. And it gets more and more dramatic. Because the first time, I think she just holds it out and that's it. Or maybe this isn't the pre-chorus, but she has several of these moments. She has those little moments throughout. The next one is at 56 seconds in. Okay, yeah, that was, yeah. And there's like this sound effect that just sounds like they're stretching, which is really cool. So maybe that wasn't even a retardando at all, and it was just that sound effect in the background tricking me. And then the most dramatic one, I believe, is at 2:30. It's just so fun. It's so storytelly. Like you can totally imagine like a character and them going about their day to this song. And oh, last but not least, well, do you guys have anything else that you want to say about this song? Last but not least, because at the end of the chorus, we land on probably tonic or something, but then the very final repetition.
Flat 6, flat 7 to 1 progression. That's like the Super Mario progression.
Which at this point is probably really purposeful.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so fun. I had so much fun. So I believe we have arrived at the point in the podcast in which we reveal our favorites.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even... Oh, I forgot. I forgot that was the mission. Sorry. I didn't order it.
Completely fine. Because it's also, this is IU's version. I know you may like some of the original songs better than IU's version, but these are the IU. Yeah.
I'm trying to put my biases away, like right now. Like that's my face. I'm trying to vacuum it out. Okay.
So my number 3, coming up at 3rd place, is Square's Dream. Loving the textures. Love the love. It's just so fun. Maybe I wouldn't find myself singing along to it. Like, I'm not super attracted to the melody itself. But boy, do I love the ride that the arrangement takes me on.
I think it's Never Ending Story. I just like the way it feels. And also with like the added context of like what it is, like as a song. I think that made me appreciate it a lot more.
Interesting, because at first I thought you were comparing it to like a lot of more modern ballads that to you sound more interesting.
But I think like understanding like the context of like what the song is and like how it was intentionally created as like they didn't really want to like rearrange it per se, but more so to do like the actual melodies and the melodies and chord progressions justice, I think is actually like really like that's like there's something like really profoundly beautiful about that.
Well said. Ju Young, what's your number 3?
Mine was also Never Ending Story.
Whoa.
I think it's that Bluetooth
You're the
connection.
same person.
I think it's because like I just love her vocal range in that song like so much, and I love how she kept the same elements, and like it was truly like it was just beautiful. I love it. It's beautiful. So
It's beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, I feel like I use vocals and vocal arrangement in October 4th. Lands that song at number 2 for me. It's just so gorgeous. I love IU and acoustic piano, and not just like acoustic piano. Like it's specifically the upper register of like the just like the pillowy IU, pillowy, floaty, lilac-y IU. I love that sound. So October 4th is number 2 for me. Sam?
I would say my number 2 is A Beautiful Person. I think that the way that I just think that it's it grooves, but also it's raw in parts, and it feels very like real in when it's like low fidelity. Honestly, like that outro is like worthy of making it number 1. That's probably my favorite part in the entire thing, but just like as like a song, I think it's all like really, really good.
my second one is Red Sneakers. Love the lack of vibrato, love what she did there. I love the layers so much in this song, and how she, replaced the original guitar fills. The guitar fills in the original, and like replaced it with like the piano, the string pits, and like all these like different like guitar slides and everything. And I just loved it.
Very cute. Now we are arriving at our number 1. Mine, like towering above the rest of this album, Like, this is probably one of my favorite songs this year is A Beautiful Person, which might have been obvious from how excited I got while talking about it. It just, yeah, like Sam said, it just grooves so hard, and it has plenty of surprises throughout, but they're also satisfying, comfortable surprises. And that's just my favorite thing to hear in pop music, or whatever genre we would call this. Folk EDM. Folk electropop.
Folk electropop.
Who knows how
Yeah.
to categorize A Beautiful Person. But Sam, what is your number one?
Mine is Last Scene. I think that it is just so oh man, I don't know how to describe it. I just think like it feels like so good, and there's like pockets of like little moments everywhere that feel so good. And as soon as you mentioned Roller Coaster, I was like, yeah, this like totally feels like a song by Roller Coaster. And I don't know, it just has like, I don't want to say like low fidelity is the showing of a good song, but it feels very like natural and it's hard to explain.
Raw?
But I just like the raw, personal, sure, but it just feels like it's all like instrumented in a way that feels really good. All the melodies feel really like natural, and they all follow like they all feel very second nature. Everything feels like really second nature, and I really like it. All the melodies feel awesome. All the harmony, all the like chords feel really awesome. Yeah.
Last but not least, drum roll, Ju Young.
My number one was also Last Scene.
That's funny.
Sam, stop copying me.
Yeah,
WTF.
What is going on?
Without a doubt, without any hesitation, it was Last Scene. Number one. Like, again, I loved IU's mid-low range in this song. I think she has a wonderful mid-low range, and she really played with that in this album. And just like the featuring duet, like it was just like, oh, like again, like what Sam said, very second nature, all the melodies, all the instrumentation, and just like her doing a duet is very like natural to her. It's just like there was this like, ooh, like yes. That's why it's my number one. But
Amazing. This has been such a lovely time with you two, and I hope we're able to have a reunion sooner than later. I love hearing both of your opinions on music, and I know sometimes you're like, oh, I struggle to like phrase something, but nah, you still like your thoughts get across, and it's a joy to see your faces as well. So thank you for your time, and we will see our listeners/viewers in the next video. Goodbye. That's a wrap.